What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we talk about season 8. It's finally here. The embargo's up and I can actually talk. I did all kinds of testing for money methods here in season 8, and so I decided to make a video, talk about what changed, what stayed the same, and all of the new races that have been implemented into the game, like all of the Street Riders playlist, all of the Luxury Chronicles playlist, which we got in season 7, but we weren't able to do those in custom mode, so I had to test everything, and it's all in this video. All right, let's go. All right, so given Motorfest nature, there's a lot of new players all the time, and I think the updates for season 8 and 9, all the year 3 announcements, it's going to bring a lot of new players into the game. So this first part of the video is going to be for you guys, for the new players. I just want to go over some of the basics in terms of making money here in the Crew Motorfest. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot of little things that can help you boost your money gains. And if you're not really aware of all of the little systems here in the game, I think that you're going to be missing out and you're going to be wondering why you're not getting as much money. So I'm going to go through that stuff first. For all you veterans, you can go ahead and skip to the, later parts of the video. But, do me a favor, don't skip to it. Just like let your phone play while you go take a shit or something. But look at the timestamp. You got to wait until whatever that is for the veterans to come in, because that's when I start talking about the methods and the test results and all that stuff. But let's get into the basics of making money in the Crew Motorfest. And for all you newbies, you basically make money for everything, like literally everything. If you're going to be going over to the activities menu, whether you're doing a summit contest, grand races, demolition royale, playlist races, challenges, Motorfest rivals, custom mode, main stage legacy, all of this stuff, it does not matter what you're doing, you're gonna make some type of money. So that's the first thing. Everything pays money. You can also do treasure boxes. Treasure boxes are pretty easy. They're on the map. You can zoom into the locations. I have a map linked in the description of all the treasure locations. Shout out to Tom Co for making that. And you've got different locations, like, for example, this guy here is a location, and this building here, the state capitol, is a location. There's usually a box. Oh, there's a box. You can just zoom in on the map and find a box. And when you find one, you just fast travel to something nearby and then drive over and pick it up. Let's open it up and see here. In addition to bucks, you're going to be getting XP for your Explorer timeline. You're going to be getting 30,000 bucks. There we go. And you're going to be getting some parts for the car. And it's the car that you open. So if you're looking for parts, that's a different guide that I'll put out as well. But parts for the car that you open with, you can actually just switch into a plane or a boat or whatever and open it with whatever part or whichever category of car you need parts for. You can open it and you'll get parts for that. All right, so that's the basics, right? You're getting money for everything. You can do treasure boxes, you can do world events, you can do even just the activities around the map, like these escapes and speed traps and low altitudes and all this stuff. You get money for all that stuff as well. So none of that's really that important. What's really important is how to maximize your gains, and that's the part that most people that are new to the game don't really get. So first up, let's talk about boosted events. So if you go to the activities menu, you'll notice that this one says boost 50%. So that means every single event in this category, or in this playlist, excuse me, is going to give you a boost of 50% more money. Now you can see it's scratched out 18,750 up to 28,125. So it's basically taking half of 18,750, adding it on top of 18,750, I get 828. Yeah, you get the math. It's easy. All right. Anyways, so that's the first thing. There are boosted events. You can look around to find them. A lot of times it's either 50% boost or 100% boost. I don't remember if I've seen anything more than 100% boost, but it might have been 150, but I think that was on the grand races. Anyways, those are boosted events, so you can look for those yellow tags. In addition to that, you've got modifiers. So let's go to a race, for example. Now, if we open up the race, and this is going to be in custom mode, if you have not completed the playlist, you will not have access to custom mode, so you got to complete the playlist first. Then if you go to the event settings and you change it to custom mode, go down to the modifier and you can change it to clean driving, dirty driving, or gymkhana. And depending on the race, you're going to want one of those three. Usually clean driving is the way to go. Clean driving awards you somewhere around 4,500 as a base. If you get a perfect clean driving, you get an additional like 3,000 bucks. So that's an additional 7,500 for your troubles, which is actually quite a lot, right? It brings the total from 25, which is the current boosted amount to add an additional 7,000 to that, and you've got, you know, 32. So that's a lot. It definitely adds up. The next bonus is your crew bonus. If you play in a crew, it only has to be one extra person in your crew, you get an additional 15%, and that goes towards your XP and your bucks. So you get more bucks just by having someone in the lobby. And now with the crew management and invitation feature, you've got the crew finder. You should be using this in order to take advantage of that 15%. So you go over to the crew finder, go to revisit. If you're planning on doing playlist races and you're just going to grind money over and over again, go to revisit, press A to find a crew. It'll start searching for a crew. You can just back out of this menu and keep grinding. Eventually, it'll put you in a crew with someone else that's also searching for a crew for playlist races. That is the easiest way to add someone into your crew, and then all of a sudden you're going to have 15% more. Now that's provided that you guys are going to be doing the same events, and of course if you have your own friends, invite them into your crew if you guys are going to be grinding for money. All right, let's talk about legend points and affixes on your parts. So first up, legend points. If you go to driver and you go over to legend points, you have these different stats that you can put your legend points into. Rich is going to give you, if you fully max it out, you get an additional 20% bucks on literally every single thing that you earn money on. This is an account-wide global modifier that will give you 20% more. So you definitely want to put points into that. If you're wondering, how do I get legend points? The way to get legend points is through the main stage. That's this middle option right here at the top. You click on the main stage and you want to level up this legend track right here. You do it through XP. It's very simple. Basically, what you have to do is max out one of these three options. So the blue is your playlist races, the orange is your competitive driving, so, you know, PvP stuff, and then the green is exploration, you know, feats and treasure boxes and things of that nature. So you can see these, I'm on level 3 on both of those. This one I've already hit level 4 and it's completed, which means anytime I do a playlist race now, all of the XP that I gain in those playlists will go towards this legend track. I'm currently level 5. If the month was to end right now, I would get 5 additional legend points, and I think you get a bonus of like plus 10 every month. So that's the best way to get legend points. But a lot of times you'll find legend points in these reward tracks themselves. You can see level 2 gives you 20 legend points. That's enough to max out rich right away. You can do that on, you know, maybe one day of grinding. You'll definitely have that. You can also get legend points from these ones. 10 for level 2 on this one. On this one, it's level 3, you get 15. On this one, it's level 1 and you get 5. So there's ways to get legend points without having to wait until the end of the month, which is when you get rewarded for your legend level. All right, I know that was like a whole side thing, but it's important to understand. So back to legend points. If you go into the legend points, you have rich. And I would recommend putting on legend if you have the extra points to spend, and that gives you your XP gains. But this is the only one that will affect your money, which is rich. All right, now let's talk about parts. So parts are actually really important as well because they provide significant bonuses. This set in particular is called Bucks Magnet. If you have all 7 of your parts Bucks Magnet, you earn an additional 15% bucks. If you only have 3 of them, you get an additional 7%. It's gonna make a difference. So this makes a huge difference. In addition to that, you can re-affix these to have the rich affix. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hopefully it's not gonna take too long here. Lucky, extra pump, come on, shifty. Where is rich? Let me see it. Can I get rich? There it is. And then this goes on every single part. The max bonus is 3% per part, which I'm gonna try to get here. Let's see, 1.4, 1.8, 2.1. Let me see the 3. 2.7. Oh my goodness, there it is, 3%. And that's per part, and you have 7 parts. 3 times 7 is 21. So with the correct part set, you're looking at 15% more, plus 21% more, plus your legend points of 20% more. That's 56% more money just by having the correct parts. All right, lastly, let's talk about the category bonus. The category bonus is when you're using a category of car that is not meant to be used on that particular race. The perfect example of this, the most extreme example of this, is Hummer Express. Hummer Express happens to be a method that I'm going to talk about later on in the video in terms of the methods, but this is a rally raid event. This is supposed to be used, you're supposed to be using an off-road vehicle for this. So if you use an AGP car for this, you can actually get a huge bonus. It actually goes up to like 72%. So let me run this real quick for you, and then we'll kind of move into the methods here. This is the first method and the best method that I was going to talk about. Again, if money is your goal, this is the best way to do it. So right here, we're on AGP. We're going to turn around at the very beginning of the race. You're going to take a very specific path to get to where you need to go. So I'll show you this exactly. You follow the yellow line here, and then we're going to dart off-road here in just a moment. Notice I also have the clean driving enabled as well. At this green sign right here, you're going to go off-road and connect with this road right up here. You're going to continue all the way through this road, off-road again. When you get to not this tree, this pack of trees right here, you're going to reset your vehicle. This is going to put you on a dirt road. I know this sounds crazy and complicated, but you guys can rewind the video and watch it back again. Once you're on the dirt road, you're going to follow this dirt road around and connect with the main road here. You're basically going to be following that yellow line. Now, I'm obviously going slow so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm not actually, you know, trying to optimize this, but if you were to optimize this, you would get it really, really quickly. And this is the hardest part, is driving an AGP off-road. Just keep the gas pinned. No matter what you do, keep the throttle down. Keep it in 8th if you can. That'll help you from spinning out. You're going to go around this big hill and then straight to the finish line. Also, NOS will help you, will not help you at all. It'll make you spin out quite a bit if you're not careful. So this was a pretty slow one at 134. You can do it in AGP at about I think it's like 128, 125, somewhere in that range. I was going pretty slow just to show you guys some things, and I stopped at the green sign. Anyways, let's take a look at the category bonus, because that's what I wanted to talk about here. Vehicle category bonus for XP is 72%. Vehicle category bonus for Bucks is 72%. Look at that. That's insane. 72%. I also got 4,300 for clean driving. You notice that the crew bonus is actually grayed out because we're not in a crew right now. That's a huge bonus, and it's because of the mismatched rally raid and AGP. All right, this is the best method. It is still currently the best method, and let's talk about some of the tests that I actually ran on this particular season. And here are the best events. Number 1, you have Hummer Express. That's this one that I just showed you. You're at 1.45 million bucks per hour. After that, you've got Riding in My Buick at 1.27, Get It or Don't Come Back at 1.2, and then Kiss Me Combi at 1.1. Now, I do have sort of an honorable mention here with the free Honolulu Street Riders. This is a new event in the Street Riders playlist if you have a boosted event. So let me change this thing to boosted. It's a 50% boost as of this first week. Outside of this first week, it's not going to be boosted, so obviously disregard. But if you do have a boosted, this actually goes up to 1.3, which makes it the second best method right now this first week. Outside of that, it's not going to be. But let's just say it got boosted to 100%, 1.5. It becomes the best method. So paying attention to what is boosted is absolutely crucial to this. But these are the best methods. The only one that has like a really crazy pathway is Hummer Express. All of the rest of them you can kind of do basically, you know, staying on the road. There's not a lot of cuts. Now, obviously, there's places to optimize, things like that. But all of these are virtually on the road except for Hummer Express, which is why I wanted to show you that method. Outside of this, nothing really has changed. These 4 are basically the same 4 best methods from season 7, but I've retested everything to make sure that this is still the best way to make money in the game. And it absolutely is. Now, just in case you want to know how to optimize free Honolulu, I'm just going to go ahead and show it to you now. We'll just go through it, and I'll show you all the cuts and the places where I like to drive on this particular one. It's important to keep this on the playlist version because there's a little bit of a trick here with the money you make with this event. So we make sure we keep it on playlist. Make sure we have our vehicle level at 600. That indicates that we have our custom BMW M3. Let's go into it. This is the wrench in this, and that's not meant to be any type of pun with like monkey wrench or anything. But basically, you have a monkey's bet. Now, the monkey's bet is minimum difficulty of 4 out of 5, but don't worry, I'm going to show you the path. You won't have a problem. And no tachometer and no brakes. That's what you're dealing with here, but you get an extra 20,000 for doing it, and it's fairly quick race. It's only about 2 minutes. So we're going to accept that, and I'm going to show you exactly where to go. Unfortunately, you can't actually do the monkey's bet when you're not in the playlist version, which means you can't do it on any other class besides Street 1. So anyways, we're at night and we're On street 1. It's going to be kind of slow. All right, here we go. Hold gas on 2. And then we want to get by these guys on the right side. We're going to try our best to get to this ramp without running into people that want to cut over. Go off on a little bit of an angle here. All right, now we're going to go here on the left of this house. Gets us a nice little head start here. We should have some NOS by now. All right, then we're going to make a right here. And then we hit the ramp here, but hit it at an angle.
In any case, it's pedal to the metal.
I forgot actually that there was a car parked there. That's embarrassing. All right, here we go. Still going. We don't have any brakes, so keep in mind you don't have any brakes.
This crew knows how to put on a show. Motorfest
All right, we're off and running down this street here. Watch out for the cars. Remember, no brakes. You shouldn't have to use any brakes basically for the rest of the time. All right, and then we're gonna get ready to make a right through this building. Okay. And we're going to continue on. We'll stay left right here where this car is going. I did not mean to hit that. I got lucky. Direct mode. All right, I'm a mess. It's all right. Still showing you the right path. After that green sign at the top there, it's the next left. You can cut this grass here. Watch out for cars. Cut to the right here. Then you're going to stay left. After this wall, you turn right. Go right by this truck. Through here. And you're there. All right. I did it poorly at 2 and 11. You can do it quicker than that, but you get the point. That's the path. It's actually pretty quick. It's not bad at all. And let's see what the money looks like. 49,000 bucks every 2 minutes plus about 20 seconds to retry and go through the loading screens again. That is really, really good. And honestly, I don't even have the right parts on the car. Bucks affixes, that category should be 56%. And the crew bonus would be another 15%. So it actually would be higher than that. It'd be around, I would say 57,000 or something like that. So this is also a good method. At least it is this week with the boost. All right, that's it for this one, guys. Please enjoy season 8 of the Crew Motorfest. I really appreciate you watching the video. And if you have any questions, just send me a DM. I answer every single message that comes my way on Instagram and Discord. It just maybe takes me a little bit to get back to you. So anyways, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Trigger out.